Hello, this is the news update on NTA International. I am Dennis Adigunloye. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas had said on Sunday that political violence has no place in a democracy. This follows the shooting at a Washington media dinner attended by US President Donald Trump. Kallas said she was relieved that there were no casualties, even as US President Donald Trump and guests had to be evacuated. French President Emmanuel Macron called the targeting of the US presidents unacceptable, while the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni expressed full solidarity with Trump and others present at the dinner, saying we will not allow fanaticism to poison the places of free debate and information. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a close ally of Trump, said he was troubled by the news of the attack. President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russia of nuclear terrorism as Ukraine marked the 40th anniversary of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster amid deadly new drone attacks. 3 people were killed across Ukraine after Moscow launched more than 100 drones overnight, one of the relentless barrages the country has faced almost nightly since the beginning of the war in 2022. In a social media post marking the Chernobyl anniversary, Zelensky said Russia, through its invasion, was again bringing the world to the brink of a man-made disaster. He highlighted how Russian drones regularly pass over Chernobyl and that one had hit its protective shell last year. The 1986 explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant was the worst civilian nuclear disaster in history and changed global perceptions of nuclear energy. Burundian President Evariste Ndayishimiye has been named his ruling CNDD-FDD party's candidate for a presidential election to be held next year. Ndayishimiye, 57, has been head of state of the poor East African country since 2020, taking over from longtime leader Pierre Nkurunziza. The party said Ndayishimiye was its choice to run for a 7-year mandate in the poll. No firm date for the election is known. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction Bernard Doro says the framework of the Prosperity and Empowerment Program, HOPE CT, is to ensure more Nigerians exit the poverty line. This, he said, is in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed HOPE agenda of making the citizens live a meaningful and impactful life. The minister said this in Ilorin during a stakeholders' engagement and interaction with beneficiaries of Prosperity and Empowerment Cash Transfer Program. Well, those are the stories at this time. Thank you for being a part of it.